Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the La Lita Loca Cruise Podcast. I am your host, Tony, joined by the lovely Jenny B. Jenny B, what's going on?
Nothing. What's going on with you, Tony B?
I'm just living the dream. I am so far deep into the cruise blues. I just can't stand it. If I don't go on a cruise within the next 7 days, I'm going to freak right out.
Are you going to cry like a little baby?
I'm going to cry like a little baby.
Aw, I'm just a little baby.
I am just a little baby. When are we going to cruise again?
We are going to cruise in 6 days.
6
Calm
days.
down.
Can we talk about that cruise today?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
All right, we'll talk about that cruise today. Also, I'm a little red-faced because I'm tired of being nickeled and dimed. Do you feel like we're in a whole new period of being nickeled and dimed?
I do, and it's really sad.
I know. When we first started cruising, I don't remember so many of these nickel and diming conversations. And then did you hear what Disney Cruise Line did?
What did they do now?
They created a wall of fame for some of their most frequent cruisers. Yeah, I'll tell you about that in just a minute.
All right.
Okay, so let's talk about our upcoming cruise. Jenny, give us the deets. What are we getting ready to embark on? I don't even know what day of the week it is. What's happening to me this week? It's a big week for me.
It is a big week for you because it's your birthday.
Oh,
first.
It is? It is my
yes.
birthday. Did you remember in time to get me birthday gifts?
Yes, and I even wrapped your gifts this year.
It's been interesting. So you have, I'll be honest, completely transparent. There are gifts wrapped at my house already, and for like the last 3 days, Jenny has been trying to get me to open my birthday gifts early. I still got 2 more days to go, but I really do want to open these gifts, but I feel like it goes against the spirit of the thing. Why are you trying to get me to open my birthday gifts so early?
Well, and that's why that's kind of probably why I'm never prepared for a holiday or a birthday, because I can't do it ahead of time, because I just want to give it to the person and just hopefully see their excitement.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing. I mean, it's a lot of gifts, so I appreciate it in advance. I do have a surprise for you, though.
You do?
Yes. So this cruise that we're going on this week, it's your birthday cruise.
No, it's not my birthday cruise.
It's not your birthday.
Nope, it's yours.
All right. So what's the deets on this cruise?
We are leaving out of the Port of Tampa.
Tampa.
On the Carnival Paradise.
Yeah.
And it leaves Saturday.
Now, we've been on the Carnival Paradise before, but we've not been on this version of the Carnival Paradise.
No, and we went back in, was it 2017?
September of 17.
Yeah, to Cuba.
Yeah.
It was before the 2.0 for Carnival.
So 2.0, I think most of the Carnival cruise ships have that 2.0 now. The big pillars of the 2.0 is what, Guy's Burgers?
Guy's Burger, and
the Blue Iguana.
Blue Iguana.
Yeah, so we're cruising on a Super Duper Suite.
No.
No?
I was like, yeah, we are. No, we're not.
We're repeating our...
We are repeating. We are in an interior cabin.
That's going to be wild. I don't think we've cruised in an interior cabin together in a while.
No, and I couldn't find our booking from that time, because at that time you were making all the bookings. I couldn't remember what cabin we were in.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to say, you know what? Let's just go to that same cabin. It was good. I don't remember having any complaints.
That would have been cool to go back to the same cabin.
Yeah.
This is just a short cruise. We got a casino deal on it, so it's it was inexpensive, right? For the most part.
Yeah, it was a free interior, so we paid for our taxes and port fees.
Yeah.
And we got a little OBC coming to us too.
Yeah. So,
and I have drinks on board.
I do not have drinks on board.
No, but when we get on, we can just buy you the drink package.
Oh, since you already have it, you don't have to buy it for both people?
Right.
That's pretty nice. Oh, gosh, I feel like I'm going to squirrel all over the place. What about this? I don't know the answer to this question, and it's about drink packages.
Okay.
What if you're cruising, say we were younger in our lives, and I knocked you up? Say I straight up put a bun in the oven.
Okay.
And we were on a cruise ship, and you were still within the time frame that you could cruise as a knocked up bun in the oven lady. Would we both have to buy the drink package? Or do they make pregnant women buy alcohol drink packages to keep that rule that both people have to have the drink package?
I don't think so. I think that you can talk to the cruise line.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think so. I would hope not.
Well, cause I'm kind of fat. Maybe if I told them I was pregnant, we could just get by with one.
No, I don't think that's going to work, Tony.
No, you don't think so?
No.
I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that question is, but I saw somebody talking about being pregnant on a cruise.
Well, let me look that up.
All right,
because that is kind of interesting. Keep talking.
You look it up.
All right.
All right. So Jenny B has been doing some checking on the internet, and nothing official that we can find from Carnival. So we're going to have to call people that we know at Carnival. But there are some articles out there, particularly Royal Caribbean blog, reputable source, says that you can get a waiver to the drink package. But then we've seen some people talking about Carnival saying that because the pregnant mama-to-be can still use aspects of the drink package, that maybe they both have to get the drink package.
Which is insane to me.
Surely that can't be true.
We're
going to make a phone call. We'll clear that up in a future podcast. But wow. So okay, we're going on the Carnival Paradise. What day do we leave?
We leave on Saturday.
Saturday
the 26th, and we get back Thursday the 31st.
Okay. I thought we were leaving like Thursday or Friday or something. So that's good. So Saturday, and then the port stops are
Nassau and Bimini.
Nassau and Bimini. I'm really excited to go to Nassau because I want to check out the new cruise terminal.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting.
Bimini, I don't even know if I'll get off of the cruise ship. I've been to Bimini before.
Yeah, you've been there before, right? On Virgin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, we could get off and knock around, or we can stay on the ship and own that thing. I don't know. It completely
go to the spa, get a massage.
Yeah, we don't do the spa as much as I think we should. Especially like the thermal suite. Like I'm really, in my mind, I'm always interested in like sauna and pools, and I never do any of it. I don't know why. Like it's just one of those things that seems romanticized in my head, but I don't ever end up in the sauna. I got to do it. We got to do it. I guess you just got to make a commitment and do it. What are you looking forward to most for this 5 days of cruising?
Really just a different scenery. Like, when we were up in Alaska, how many days has that been?
52, 53 days.
Yeah, and I'm ready. I'm ready to get back on there.
Yeah, we've been grinding it out here. I mean, we've been getting some stuff done. We've been doing some projects around the house. We did our annual doctor's visit. We've got one more visit before we go. Mm-hmm. And so, just been kind of in the muck and mire of the mundane, day-to-day type stuff. So I think it'll be great to get back on the cruise ship. We both like to gamble. I don't think that's any secret. And we've made a commitment to not gamble unless we're on a cruise ship. So yes. I kind of got the itch to test the fates a little bit.
Let's do it.
Do you think you'll spend any time in the casino on this cruise?
I mean, I might.
You normally don't set a budget for yourself. Do you have a budget in mind, or is it one of those deals that you're just going to tell me not to worry about it?
Don't worry about it.
It's my birthday cruise, Jenny. I have to worry about it.
No, I'll worry about it. I will have a budget.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the Paradise, seeing how it's changed since we were there in 2017. And I'm looking forward to it. Are you looking forward to the Paradise at all, or are you just looking forward to cruising?
No, I'm looking forward to the Paradise, and it's going to be nice to sail out of Tampa again.
Yeah.
I know that you've been there in between since Cuba.
Yeah.
Have you been out of there twice?
I went out on the NCL Dawn.
Right. And that was it.
That was it, yeah.
Yeah, so twice. I love going under that bridge, and
we're going to do the valet parking for the first time ever also. So we'll have that experience to share, which will be nice.
Yeah, and you could go to it was real easy to book it too, right? So I went on to Port of Tampa, valet parking, and paid for it right there.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
It's going to be cool. And it is nice. I like the mega ships, certainly, but I do also like cruising on smaller ships. That ship's going to be really easy to get around.
Oh, yeah.
I'm interested to see how things like the food are and all that kind of stuff. So it should be a good time.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm excited to go out of Tampa. It's close to home, and it's only 5 days. So I really don't have to overpack too much.
Yeah. So
we'll see.
And then after that, our next cruise together will be on the Carnival Celebration in October.
Yes.
Our kind of last iteration of the group cruise, or the group cruise that as we know it right now. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're going to do anything in 2024. I think we're going to take a full year off from the group cruise scene.
Yeah.
But eventually we would like to come back and find a way to have some sort of group interaction, whether it be a cruise or something else. But so this is the big hurrah. This is the last Halloween group cruise.
I know.
It's a
little sad.
It is a little sad, but I'm looking forward to it. We don't have our Halloween costumes yet, of course.
No, but we've been doing this for 6 years. Have we ever?
We've never had our Halloween costume. So yeah, that's coming up. That's going to be exciting. And then I'm sneaking in one cruise to some new ports, which I'm really excited about, from New York all the way to Quebec and up the east coast of the United States and Canada. And that's coming up. So, okay, I'm excited. It'll be cool when we come back. We can report on our adventure on the Carnival Paradise. Now, let's transition a little bit. Let's talk about nickel and diming.
Oh, boy.
I love that eye roll. Yeah, nickel and diming. It's a phrase that I don't love because when I first started cruising, I heard people like murmurs of nickel and diming. Things have changed. And in my mind, I thought, wow, these are just people that are adverse to change. They're people that, I kind of like change, right? I'm an agent of chaos sometimes. I like change. And I never really saw the changes that the cruise lines were making back in 2017, 18, 19. I never saw it as that big a deal. But man, now right here in 2023, when you start to inventory all of the changes that have happened and then compare those changes to what it looked like back in 2017 when we started cruising, I think there could be some nickel and diamond going on.
I think so too. So I was just jotting down some things. So I'm one that I don't like change, right? So that's probably why we are so good together, because we kind of try to even each other out. But just look back to Princess the first time we were on there.
Yeah.
Do you remember going into the room at night and getting the chocolates on the pillow?
Do we have pillow chocolates?
Yes, on Princess.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, right there are two things that you just mentioned, 2-a-day cleanings.
Yeah, that's what I have on here too.
So many have changed. I can't remember who's what anymore. Does Princess still do it twice a day? I think they do, right?
I don't remember.
Like a turn down service. But I know like the major lines like Norwegian, Royal, Carnival, they're all like, hey, one a day.
I can come if you need.
Yeah, I think some people are still saying I can come, but I do think some of them are just like it's straight 1 a day cleaning. And
which is fine.
It's a punch that was easy to roll with. We don't have people in the room all the time.
Right, and normally we don't. Like you said, we normally didn't have twice a day anyway.
Yeah.
But it was nice sometimes when you come back from a late night in the casino and your bed was turned down.
Yeah.
That's a super nice feeling when you go into the room. But as much as it doesn't bother me because we only used to use it once anyway, it kind of disturbs me because we're still paying much more than what we used to.
I think at the end of the day, that is the big annoyance is we're not paying less to have less things. We're paying more to have less things.
The cruise is more. The gratuities are more. The prepaid gratuities.
Yeah, it's and look, the inflation, the economy.
I get it.
Everything is more expensive in 2023 than it was in 2017. And I would be okay with cruising being more expensive in 2023 than it is in 2017 if it was the same cruising product as it was in 2017. And so that's the thing. Like you just said, it's more expensive and you're getting less stuff. I'm thinking of like some of the big things that went away during this time period. When we first started cruising, you could get free room service on almost every cruise line that we went on.
Almost every line, yeah.
Yeah, even Carnival had that, breakfast hanger on the door that you could
anymore?
Not anymore. Like you said, the gratuities have gone up. And then, of course, the big changes recently is, the Princess. I feel bad for Princess a little bit. Of course, they're a billion-dollar corporation, part of the Carnival Corporation family, all that stuff. And, the thing is, they rolled out a really interesting technology, right? They led the industry, I feel like, when it comes to wearable technology and what they actually did with that Princess medallion.
Right.
The fact that I remember the first time that we used it, where we realized that you were no longer tied to your cabin for room service. You could go sit at anywhere and punch in an order and they would bring the food to you. That was pretty magical.
Well, and what's interesting is that the first time that we were on Princess, We were on the Caribbean Princess, and if you remember, we were the last sailing to not have the medallion on that cruise.
It was right before it
Right,
happened.
so
yeah.
everything was already in and installed, and we were the last ones. We were even the last ones to do the minute. Remember we had to pay per minute
on the internet.
On the internet.
That was horrible. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, like, you know, that was really one of our first crazy experiences with trying to get internet on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
I think we'd only been on Carnival cruises prior to that.
Right.
And they had a pretty straightforward package. They had like social package and a premium
Mm-hmm.
package. You knew what you were getting. But on Princess, it was like, here's a block of minutes. And if you don't log out of the app, you're going to be using your minutes. And then we
Yeah.
tried to share that thing. And it was,
So
when
we talk about nickel and diming, there's a for instance that they did nickel and dime us because we would forget to log out,
Yeah.
and they've improved it.
Yeah. No, I
Right.
think,
So
yeah.
I mean, that's when you don't mind. All right, let's nickel and dime me, but then figure out a way that you're going to improve what the product is.
Yeah. Yeah, you just want to get value. I mean, you know, we all just want to get value for what we're paying, right? And seeing things go away really in your mind, whether it's something that you used a lot or didn't use a lot, you're like, well, maybe I would have used that, you know.
And nowadays, there's one new ship that has come out. I won't say what cruise line, but you can't touch a balcony on it for under about $8,500.
Is it the Royal Icon of the Seas?
It could be.
Yeah. Why don't you want to say? Nobody's coming after you, right? Like, are we not allowed to talk about Royal Icon of the Sea prices?
No, but
somebody gonna come knock on the door?
No, I just think it's crazy their prices right now for that Icon.
Well, that one's straight up supply and demand, right? Like the hype for Icon of the Seas is so huge.
Let's get on Utopia because I just booked a few of those and they're cheap.
Yeah, I was just talking to some folks yesterday that Utopia is going to be doing short sailings out of Canaveral, and it's going to be
I booked the back to back.
Yeah.
And it was under $1,800.
We need to get on Utopia of the Seas.
Absolutely.
Can you write that down on your little pad over there?
Oh, let me write that down on my little pad.
Utopia of the Seas. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got some interesting things on a little pad. We're trying to get to Texas next year, early in the year. I would love to do Utopia, but I'm hanging, like Icon of the Seas. I'm okay to wait it out. I'm excited to see what other people go on there and show us from Icon of the Seas, but yeah, I don't need to pay $8,500. What is that, for like a balcony or something?
Yeah, just a regular balcony, not a suite, nothing.
Yeah, no.
That's a quick no.
All right, so I guess the good or the bad aspect of it is all of the cruise lines are doing it. So it's kind of part and parcel for the cruise industry to see these prices going up on everything. And, maybe in a year we'll have amnesia to it all and it'll be like, oh, that's just the way it is. And again, there's always that aspect of churn, right? Like they're churning through customers. And as you bring new cruisers in, they're not going to know any different, right? They're not going to be longing for something that used to be included. It really is kind of not great for loyalty cruisers because you have such a good memory about how things were. But then the other aspect about people that are loyalty cruisers is I think they're probably pretty forgiving too.
Yeah, because it's something that we're not going to not do.
Right.
We're going to try to find the best bang for our buck, but it's not like we're going to stop doing. I mean, the prices of the Icon show that.
Right.
We're not going to stop cruising.
We're not going to stop.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
And sometimes when we complain about it, I feel like we may be an older couple now because it reminds me of when people would say, "Do you know I used to walk 3 miles in the snow with holes in my shoes."
The reality is we are getting to be an older couple.
No, we're not.
We are getting to be an older couple. That's true. So, speaking about loyalty, I don't know if you caught the story the other day about what Disney Cruise Line is doing for some of its most loyal passengers. So they've got that private island.
Tell me.
They got that private island there called Castaway Cay. And on that island, they're going to build like a picket wall, like a wall of wood. Okay. So imagine pillars and then slats. But on those slats on the wall, they're going to put the names of their most loyal families. It's going to be like a wall of fame for loyal cruisers. Now, guess how many full cruises or cruises? They just say the word cruises, but in my mind, I think, full cruises. How many cruises do you imagine that you would have to have gone on to get yourself on the Disney Wall of Fame at Castaway Cay?
So I want to go with like 100, but I'm going to say, and this is just a guess so I know that Disney was produced in 71, right? Like that's kind of when it was born.
Yeah.
And I only remember that because it's our birthday. So is it 71?
It's not 71, and the cruise line itself is only going to be 25 years old. It's getting
so
ready.
is it 25?
It's not 25, it's 50.
Where'd they come up with 50?
I do not know, but could you imagine how much would it cost to go on 50 Disney cruises?
The same amount that you could go on like 110 of other ones.
Maybe there are frequent Disney cruisers, but I feel
There
like
is, and they
you think
really.
there's people that do like 4 a year or something like that?
Oh yeah.
But even at 4 a year, that's like what, 6 years of. I guess you could get on. The number 50 seemed like a lot to me.
A lot of the Disney cruises are short cruises.
Yeah.
Right. So people probably do back to backs. Right. So for a week they're getting in 2 cruises.
Okay. It still seems like a lot to me.
I still think that they should have done like 71.
71.
Like pull it into something that.
How many great things were started in 71 that we enjoy?
I mean, myself and you.
Yes, both of us.
Starbucks, Disney. I'm not a huge Disney fan.
That's true.
But Disney's it is magical, right? When the kids were younger and I used to take them to Disney and seeing their magical faces, but I also remember like my memories of Disney when I was a kid, right? With being there on July 4th and
Yeah.
I mean
Bicentennial July
yeah.
4th. Yeah, I haven't been to.
That's why we met first.
I haven't been to a Florida Disney. I went to Shanghai Disney when I went to Asia with Don, but that was a whole different experience. But I haven't been like to the Florida Disney parks since I was 13, since 1984.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're going to have to make a trip.
Yeah, I would like to go over there, but I don't know. Disney is interesting because they own some of my favorite, intellectual properties. They own, Marvel and Star Wars. And, it's interesting. The other thing that's happening with Disney right now that kind of intersects, at least in our lives, is they've created a collectible card game, kind of like Magic the Gathering or Pokemon, and the internet is blowing up with it. You have people opening these random packs. I saw a guy pull out a $400 Mickey Mouse card the other day, and I was like, wow.
Where can we find these cards?
Well, so they went on sale on the 18th to local game stores. And the controversy that's going on right now is they were supposed to release all this product at MSRP, or the suggested retail price. Well, a lot of these game stores have been jacking up the price.
That's not nice, you guys.
And because it's limited, they only to the game stores right now. The secondary market like eBay, stuff like that. These cards are going off the charts. But starting on September the 1st, they will have the cards at big box stores like Target and Best Buy. So I think we'll probably have to get the game and try it. We've played some of these games before, but it's pretty neat. It's called Lorcana, and I've seen some footage of it. But I just want to open packs and get a $400 card.
Yeah. Well, and if we do go to Disney, you have to give up 2 weeks of cruising.
Oh well, then I'm not going to Disney. I'm not going to Disney.
It's pretty expensive now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very expensive to go to Disney. So,
everything's expensive.
We get the Florida discount, though.
Yeah, that's true.
So
we'll have to see what that is.
Yeah. All right, Jenny. Well, we got to get home and start packing for this cruise.
Let's go.
When will you pack? It's Saturday. When
you're going to be in shock when you go home.
Yeah.
Because my suitcase is in the living room, and there's actually some clothes in there already.
Holy moly.
I know.
Okay, well, I'm behind. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this episode of the podcast. Do us a favor and give us a review if you could, if you're over there on iTunes or somewhere else where you have the podcast. And, of course, you can see the video version of this podcast on the La Lido Loca 2 channel. You can come and watch all of the past episodes, the archive, as they say. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. My name's Tony.
And I'm Jenny.
And we are La Lido Loca. And until the next time,
we'll see you on the Lido.
We'll see you on the Lido.
Bye.
Bye.